Level4 here, and welcome to another video. Now this is going to be using Python episode 2. As you can see, we've got Python open, and this video is going to be on if and elif statements, because they're a very core part of a program, and they're very you need them. It's a very important part of Python that you definitely need to understand to be able to make any sort of program whatsoever, really. Now they're used to make decisions between two things, or three, four, five. You can have infinite amounts of elifs and ifs inside an if statement, so you can just carry on going with so many different tracks that you can go down, so many different branches that you can go down within the program. So let's get right into it. Now, to use an if statement, let's say that I have a input and it is called number. Then what I can do is use an if statement. So if number is equal, always remember to do two equal signs, and let's say 5. Now you always must put speech marks around the thing that you want to be, because obviously it's an input, unless you want to put, for example, unless you turn number into a string, but we'll get onto that in a future video. So for now, we're just going to do it like this. Now we'll say print, sorry for my bad typing, well done if this happens. Okay, so this should work. Okay, so if you run it, as you can see, it's offering us an input, so we type in 5, and well done is printed out. Now that seems pretty simple. You can do pretty much anything with that. Now a second thing to do, obviously, is to use an else statement, where you put something in, and this will print, let's say not 5, for now. Okay. Now what this does is, if you type in anything else except for 5, it says it's not 5. Okay. Now this is all well and good, but as you can see here, it seems you can only have two things. Well, that is unless you use elif, which obviously means else if. It's those two words combined, and that's elif number equals let's say 7, and this says print you've chosen 7. And as you can see right there, I've given you another use for this. So to use this to see what people have selected, so you can run down a tree where then this is then used. Okay, so I'm going to whip up a quick program to show this in use in the real world. Okay, so here you can see I've whipped up a quick program. Now I've said that the correct username is Matt, so I'm trying to log on to a computer in this program, or log in to access some data or something like that. So the program will print what is the username, as you can see, and it will ask for an input. Now the program then checks whether the input is Matt or whether it is something else. I'm going to show you both of these things running. Now I'm going to say Stephen, for example, and that is wrong, so you have not logged on. Now there's a second layer of this, and that will be logging on with a successful password. Now that's going to be the challenge for this episode. If you go away, you get up Python and try and use this basic program to try and then create a program that asks for the username and then the password as well, and you only get asked for the password if you've got the username correct. So, and thank you guys. So yeah, so I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to whack up that program, and so you go ahead and make that one. I have the finished program from the challenge. Now it's pretty similar to the previous challenge, except it has these few extra lines, so I need to just finish that off. And this should now work. So Matt, what is the password? Lol, if you type in that, sorry that's wrong, okay? But if we then go again, Matt, I typed that in wrong. Matt and the password Python, then I've logged on. Now this is a good use of using ifs inside of ifs, and you are allowed to do this. Now what we can do quickly here is have a second correct password. So if we duplicate this and we do it again, correct password 2, and also football is a correct password. for example, then we can run that as well, but with an elif statement. So if we put this in here, elif input password equals correct password, and we paste that there, but it's obviously correct password 2 that we're using. Then we'll come down here and we'll say print you have logged on. Okay, so let's run this now and we'll see if it works. So Matt and football, and as you can see, we have logged on. So there you go. That's the finished program, and that's how you use if and elif statements to create separate things. Now, next episode, and the ones in the following episode, so what we've got coming up soon, are going to be numerical operations. We'll be dealing with those. We'll also be dealing with arrays, but that will be sometime in the future, and loops as well, so while and if loops. But I reckon there'll be 2 separate episodes for each of those. But anyway, hopefully this episode has helped you, and I'll see you next time.